Okay, in this video, we're going to change the border of a cell. So, you may have a situation where you want the bottom of your cell to have a bar to sort of separate data, or you may want to put the entire cell in a box, or, on either side. How do we do that? Well, that's what we're going to look at in this video. So we actually need two things in order to do this. Let's come to the top here, and from our same openpyxl.styles line here, we want to also import side and border. And they're both capitalized, the S in side and the B in border. So, okay, let's come down here. So when you want to change a border, it's basically a two-step process. You have to define the side and sort of the thickness of the line you want to create, and then you change the border to that thing, right? So the first thing we do is create a variable, and let's just call it BD, short for border. And this is going to equal a side. And we want to give this a style of thick, and we'll talk about that in a second. And we want to give it a color of any color you want. Now, let's just do black. We know that's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So, okay, we've now defined the side, right? It's going to be thick and it's going to be black. And like I said, we'll talk about these styles in a second. Now we need to just change the actual border. And before we do that, let's create a different cell. Let's go different underscore cell. And let's set this equal to WS. And then let's call this B8. Okay, so now we want to change our diff underscore cell, and we want to change the border. So diff underscore cell dot border, and we set that equal to a border. And this is a function. And inside of here, we can define the sides that we want to deal with. So we could go left equals, and what do we want to do on the left-hand side? We want to add this BD that we just created, right? So left is BD. Now notice this is a lowercase L. I know it kind of looks capital, but that's definitely lowercase. Sublime just makes it look like that. So then we can also go top equals BD. We can go right equals BD, and we can go bottom equals BD. And you could change these to anything you want. If you didn't want them all to be thick, you could make a different variable with a thin one or whatever, or a different color one. So, okay, after we've done all of that, put a comma on the last one or not, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and save this and let's run this. So Python format.py, then let's open up our pizza.xlsx file, and we can see our pineapple now has a dark, thick sort of thing around it. And very cool. So, that's one way to do this. Imagine if we wanted to put a dark bar just underneath these two headers, right? That would be super easy to do. This is A1 and B1. So let's head back over to our code real quick, and let's just define A1 equals, and this is going to be WS, and then in here it's A1. And let's create another variable called B1 and set that equal to WS, and then B1. And now here we could just say A1 dot border equals border. And maybe we just want the bottom to equal our BD. And I'm going to copy this and just do the same thing, but change this to B1. So, okay, that looks good. If we save this and run this guy again, and then open up our pizza3 file again, we can see up here we've got this nice, thick bar going across here to sort of separate the headers from the rest of the data. So anything you want, you can do. Now, these are thick borders. There are many different things you could choose from. So let's go to style right here. And like I said, let's just type in some gibberish. And if we run this, then we can see we get an error, but then it tells us all the different options. So there's hair, dash, dot, dot, medium, dash, dot, medium, thick, dash, dot, slant, dash, dot, double, medium, dash, dash, and I'm not going to go through all these, but maybe if we can look at double, that's sort of a common one. So let's come up here and let's change this to double. Now, if we save this and run this again and then open our file, we can see now there's double lines, right? Up here and around here. So very cool. And like I mentioned, I'm not going to go through all these. You can pause this video if you want and make a list of all of these and check them on your own. But that's how, like we've known in the past, an easy way to get all the options for you, just to make a mistake and get an error message and see them. So that's all for this video, and that's all for this section. In the next section, we're going to move into creating graphs and charts, and that'll be coming up in the next video.